Hide and Seek is a story of man named Dr. David Calloway.
The story begins when Dr. David Calloway saw his dead wife lying on the bathtub after the suicidal incident of his wife. Dr. David, together with his daughter, moved to upstate in New York. And there, Emily makes an apparently imaginary friend she calls Charlie. Her friendship with Charlie begins to disturb David when their cat died in the. Meanwhile, Dr. David Calloway suffers from nightmares of the New Year's party that occurred the night before his wife died.
To further understand, Dr. David Calloway has a split personality, or a multiple personality disorder,
In which the personality becomes dissociated into two or more distinct parts, or each of which becomes dominant and controls behavior from time to time exclusion of the other parts.
In the end, David is not imaginary at all. In fact, David is Charlie himself. And David realized that he's the one who killed his wife and suicide under his Charlie personality.
Secret Widow tells about a successful author named Mort Reyes, whom then is in the middle of divorce with his wife, Amy.
After finding that his wife is sleeping with another man named Ted Milner, Mort together with his dog move in a secluded cabin on the shore. Until one day, a stranger named John Shooter shows up in his doorstep, accuses Mort of plagiarizing his story, The Secret Window. Mort says he can prove that the story belongs to him, but while Mort digs around for the magazine, things begin to happen around Shooter.
Mort's dog dies, people begin to die, and his divorce with Amy continue to get uglier.
But as time goes on, Shooter's true nature comes to light as Mort's decreasing grasp on beauty.
In the end, it is revealed that Mort Rainey has two personalities inside of him.
The first is he himself, a good man that never does crime, and the other personality is John Shooter, a mysterious man that can do anything.
In psychology, they call this term as split personality or relative rare dissociates and abnormal behavior.
This usually happens when integrity of the personality breaks down when two or more independent personality emerges.
Speak About Me follows the story of a supervillain who adopts three girls from an orphanage, and Vector Arable who steals the Great Pyramid of Giza.
When Gru learns of Vector's height, he plans an even greater heist to steal the Earth's moon. When a criminal mastermind uses a trio of orphan girls as pawns for a grand scheme, he finds their love is profoundly changing him for the better.
In this movie, we saw compensation or the defense mechanism.
The conscious or unconscious process by which a person attempts to make up for real or imagined physical or psychological deficiencies.
The movie concept is the explanation behind Drew's evil attitude.
His mother was never loving or attentive toward him in his childhood.
He therefore made up for a lack of affection and appreciation by committing evil deeds that raise his self-esteem.
Good evening, Inspector.
The story begins in the Eastern Europe at the desperate end of World War II. For many, it was no longer a conflict of nations but one of individual survival at any cost. A young Hannibal watches from only step away as his parents violently die, leaving his cherished young sister in his care. Without any means of support, he is forced to live in a Soviet orphanage that once served as his family's beloved home. He flees to Paris to find his uncle has died, but his beautiful and mysterious Japanese widow, Lady Murasaki, welcomes him. Hannibal has cunning aptitude for science. He is accepted into medical school, which serves to hone his skills and provide the tools to exact justice on the war criminals that hunt him day and night. This quest will ignite an insatiable lust within a serial killer who was not born but made. The young Hannibal is witness to the death of his parents, then to the gruesome murder of his young sister Mishka, where she was cooked and eaten. He experiences flashbacks and dreams of Mishka's death. On the basis of this, I suggest that at the center of Hannibal's psychological profile is post-traumatic stress disorder or PTSD. For a diagnosis of PTSD, a person must have had exposure to a traumatic event. If we assume that at the age of 8, Hannibal was not yet exhibiting psychopathic tendencies, it is easy to say that witnessing his sister's murder qualified as traumatic. It is also noted that PTSD can lead to decreased capacity or even complete inability to feel certain emotions. And it is often expected that the patient's future will somehow be constrained in ways not normal to other people.
Megamind features the title character supervillain battling his arch-enemy superhero, Metro Man. During one of their confrontations, Megamind actually kills Metro Man, and soon, Megamind discovers he needs a superhero to battle. So, he sets out to train Hall, a student to become the superhero Titan. But Titan actually turns evil and plots to ruin Metro City. This causes Megamind to have to actually come to save the day. He likes this role and becomes a hero. A final twist, and his love for a female reporter ensures Megamind's transformation from villainous zero to helpful hero. The story is about the tale of how a villain became a villain and then a hero. Well, Megamind is the most brilliant supervillain in the world has ever known, and also the least successful. If you are repeatedly treated as if you've done something wrong, pretty soon you might well start acting the part that people have cast you in and come to believe it to boot. The psychological explanation for this movie is that how other people treat you affects your self-concept and behavior, in essence, who you become.